Hi guys, I'm Alima, and in today's video, as you read from the title, I'm going to teach you how to create this festive look. Before we move ahead, I would love you to take a moment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And once you are through this video, do take some time to like and comment and let me know how you found this video. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So I got a few products from Nykaa as I mentioned earlier, so I'm going to try the e.l.f. Poreless Primer Putty. So let's see how it works on my pores. So this is how it looks. I've used it once. It feels really beautiful on the skin. It feels too hydrating. It gives a nice refreshing feeling, a refreshing feeling when you apply it. So I'm going to take this time I'm going to take a dip in and take a little pea-size amount on my fingers, and then I'm going to warm it up, and then I'm going to apply it, pressing the product into my skin. It's a poreless primer, so you want to get the pores filled. I'm going to put it wherever I have pores, and trust me, it feels so hydrating on the skin. It instantly gives a nice hydration. I'm going to put it around my face as well, because it, as the primer, it helps you blend your foundation easily. Because it's a festive look, I'm going to add the Beccan light highlighter. It comes in a glass bottle like this. So I got it a few months back, but I haven't got a chance to use it to that extent, so I'm going to try it today. I'm going to first use it under my foundation, because you know, whenever you use an illuminator under your foundation, it gives you a radiance look from within. So that is something even I like. So I'm going to take like 2 pumps. So this is how it looks, and this one is in the shade Passion. So this is really good for fair to medium skin tone people. I'm going to just warm it up a little and then put it on my skin. I guess you can see the effect, and I'm shooting in natural light today, so that's the reason you would see a different background as well. And then I'm going to use my hand itself to blend it in. I'm going to nicely massage it into my skin. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 30, that's Honey. So this is something that I got when I had like really bad acne and acne scars, and this is really dark for my skin, but I can see I really don't need much coverage because of the illuminator. It's actually covered most of my blemishes. So this, I'm just going to add on a little, so that when we add a concealer that matches my skin tone, or even I try to use a lighter concealer to highlight my skin, I don't want it to look gray, like the acne scars would peep out, which is not something that we want when we are, you know, like getting ready for a festival or any function that we are going to. So this is where I've just put in. I know my skin is glowing like a lot due to the highlighter. Yeah, I forgot. Now I'm taking a damp sponge. I got this one from e.l.f. It's the Camo Concealer Sponge. It's really good. Because of the weather, it's become too small, but it's damp. And what I'll do is I'm just going to blend the concealer so that my foundation would look flawless and it doesn't show up any acne scars from within. So today I'm going to use the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. This one I got from Sephora. a couple of months back when there was a discount, and I got it at a pretty cheap price because it is a high-end foundation, but I got it at a very steal deal, so I had to get it. And this is like a true match for my skin, and after wearing it, it looks and feels like skin. It doesn't feel cakey. It blends in super well onto my skin. It looks really nice. So if you can see, do you feel like I've used anything? It exactly looks like my skin.
So what I did was, when I got the foundation, I tried it at the store. I applied a little on my jawline, and then I wrote in the store. I looked for other stuff that I wanted to get. And this is what you need to always do when you're wearing a foundation, especially if it's expensive. I would personally never go for trials. Like, I just buy them and come home and try and see if it works for me, because you are spending like a lot of money on them. So what I do, when it was medium and all, so I would just buy the shades. Like, mostly I would use Loreal, and then I would just buy the shade and just make it work, because back then I didn't have much knowledge about products and stuff. This is somewhere last year I'm talking about. So now what I do is, as you all know, our foundations tend to oxidize on our skin. It might not suit our skin depending on our skin type. I'm oily skin, and this foundation is perfect for my skin as well. And it fades to luminous one. So what I did was, coming back to show you what I wrote. I went to Sephora, I tried it on my cheek. I had 2 shade options. There was one that was a little lighter, and this was the one that was
You have to take your time to blend, because blending is what will make it look good. You can even use a sponge. So I'm just gonna go over it with a sponge to see if there are any lines or anything that I have. Then I can just skip that. And if you can see, you see a nice gradients on my skin. I am gonna try using my new concealer. It's the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I have picked the shade light beige because I wanted something that I can use as a highlighter as well. So this comes in a glass bottle like this. I'm gonna use it under my eye. It's a perfect match for my skin. I'm just putting it on where I need a little more coverage, because this is a full coverage multi-purpose concealer. So you can use it as a concealer, contour, highlight, retouch, everything. It's a multi-use sculpting concealer. So I'm just gonna place it where I feel I need it. Then I would use a blender, and then I'm just gonna blend it into my skin. So that's my base is done. So today I'm going to use the Cover FX powder. It's a translucent loose powder, and I'm going to set my face real quick. I'm going to start with setting off my under eye first. In case if you have any crease on the under eyes, first blend it with a sponge. You can also use a damp sponge to apply your compact, or you can use a damp sponge to apply your loose powder, but I prefer using the puff. So I would just quickly set the rest of my face. So I'm using the P.Louise base in the shade Rumour 2 today to use it as a eye base. That's what I'm going to use on the eyes. So I've already set up my eyes with the eye base on the right. So let's do the same. I'm using a Morphe brush to set the eye base. You can do one other thing is you can use a precision brush if you want, and you can always clean off your eyebrows, because sometimes if we have some eyebrow product left at the bottom, it might not look clean, so we can do that as well. And we need to wait for this eye base to become a little tacky for us, so that you know, we can blend our eyeshadows well. So today I'm going to use my most favorite eyeshadow palette. It's from Huda. It's the Rose Gold Remastered eyeshadow palette, and this is how it looks. I'm going to start with Sandalwood. This is the shade from the palette. Taking a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to tap tap tap, and then if I have any crease from my eye base, I'm going to first blend that out with my fingers so that it doesn't look patchy. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start with placing the color first in my crease. Because I have hooded eyes, I always take the transition colors above my crease. I want to use henna from the palette, and then I'm going to start placing it on the outer V of my eye, and then placing it in my crease. So that's my natural crease where I'm placing it, but I'm also placing the shadow on my outer V. So just be light on your hand so that you don't remove the product from the eyeshadow from its place. You're just trying to blend it. Just take more as you need. I'm gonna go with this shade right here, and I'm going to place it all across my lid. So you see, now taking a blending brush and taking the darker shade henna again, I'm going to blend it in my crease. So I want everything to look together. I don't want it to look like disconnected. So I'm just taking henna on my brush and I'm just blending everything together. I'm not going over this area, but I'm just blending it, if you see. So I'm taking black on my lower liner here. So I'm just going to start it off from here, and either you can go all the way or you stop midway. So whatever you prefer, do that. Then taking a pencil brush and taking the lighter shade Sandalwood, I'm just going to buff the lower lash line. Now you have a choice if you want to do a wing liner or you want to just keep it simple. So if you want to draw a wing liner, always start with a small mirror. You start from here, from the end of your eyelid over here, and then you pull it upward, and then from the top point you just move it. Now I don't want to have a heavy liner in the inner corner of my eye, so I'm just going to stop at the middle and then we start filling it in. Okay, so I did my mascara on both the eyes off camera and I've applied 2 coats. So if you can see, this is the difference that it make. As my eye look is done, I'm going to first set my face with the primer water from Smashbox before I go ahead and do my mascara. This is something I really love because it adds a little hydration onto my skin and it will look really fresh throughout. I did my mascara on both the eyes off camera and I've applied 2 coats. So if you can see, this is the difference that it makes to my eyes. I really love this effect. I'm not a lash person, like I don't like applying false lashes. Usually that's like a rare thing when I do like dramatic eyes, I would prefer. But on a day in day out basis, I would always love using a beautiful mascara that stays and holds my lashes and it looks good. So this has been my favorite mascara since the time I've used it. This is not sponsored, I bought it on my own and I'm really loving this one. So I'm gonna go with Tickled Pink first. Dab off always. I'm going to start from the outer point of my cheek to my inner and then I'm going to blend it. Now we are going on with the highlighter. So the highlighter that I would use is the Too Faced Love Light. It's the prismatic. So it's the prismatic highlighter from Too Faced. This is how it looks. The packaging is adorable. Like if you see, it's wow, it's beautiful from the outside, and this is how I really love the shade. So it's a lighter shade of gold and it's perfect. I'm going to use my Smashbox setting spray to first set my face and then I would use the highlighter so that it pops a little more. So I'm using the Smashbox liquid lip color in the shade Bang Bang. This is how the applicator is. That's my look for this festive season. Do like, share and comment below, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to my channel as well. I would love to know how you found out this tutorial in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Bye.